Hey guys, this is Jen with Conscious Healing Solutions, and I'm here to start a weekly video segment called Free Therapy Fridays. The point of Free Therapy Fridays is to talk to you guys about maybe relevant therapy topics, relevant struggles that you might be having, or to teach some skills to get through some of these struggles. And for my first topic, I thought I want to speak about something that's relevant to me. And what I decided to talk about was following our intuition, following our instincts, sometimes having to take leaps of faith, which can be very scary. So I thought I would share that I've recently had to do that. I recently started my business after being at a job that I loved for 10 years. And the reason I did it is my instincts told me it was time to move on. And it was terrifying, and I struggled for probably about 6-7 months with self-judgment, self-defeating thoughts of, I can't do this, there's no way, how could I ever start my own business? And then what I realized was, if I waited to feel comfortable, if I waited to feel confident, there was a very high likelihood I was never going to do it. And so I thought about that in the sense of, whether it is starting a new business, whether it is leaving a job that you love, whether it is deciding to leave a relationship that doesn't feel right anymore, there are times where other people's advice doesn't weigh as much as following our instincts. Our instincts, our intuition is what connects our mind and our body. We can feel it. We can feel when something's not quite right. And so what I want to invite you guys to do, maybe over the next week, is to start to pay attention. Be conscious. Listen to yourselves. Listen to your gut. What is working in your life? What's not? Are there changes that you recognize that you need to make? And it's not about necessarily taking the steps to make the changes yet. The first step is having that conscious awareness that it's time. It's time for me to make a shift. It's time for me to maybe have more purpose in my life. It's time for me to move towards a dream or a goal I've had. And again, don't wait until you're comfortable. Leaps of faith, following our instincts, following our intuition takes courage. And it's not going to feel good right away. But I firmly believe that's what's on the other side of that is perhaps a more meaningful life. So pay attention to yourselves, guys. Listen to yourselves. Recognize when it's time to shift, when it's time to lean into fear and make changes that may scare you. So what I'm going to continue talking about is this idea of instincts, but also next week we're going to talk about that idea of consciousness that I mentioned. Being conscious, being aware, in other words, of what's not working. Being conscious of the changes that we need to make in our lives. Being conscious of the fact that perhaps we need help. Maybe we need help struggling with self-defeating thoughts, ruminating thoughts. Maybe we need help with emotions that we seem to be drowning in. And so I hope you guys will join me next week. I hope you guys will join me for next week's discussion of how to really practice that self-awareness, that consciousness, that stepping into the discomfort, those places that maybe scare us or make us uncomfortable, but ultimately, at the end of the day, lead to healing, lead to us living our most conscious, our most meaningful life. So I look forward to tuning in again with you guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Friday.